the cloud. We love, cool. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, just start warming up your hands a little bit. We'll get started in a couple minutes. You know the deal. We're gonna wait a couple minutes to let everyone in. Hello, hello. Feel free to unmute yourself right now if you want to chat with people, if you want to talk. If you have any questions.
Oh, wait. Oh. There you go. I'm doing it this way. Okay. I can't see a thing. Oh.
Cool. Hello again. Welcome in, everyone. Just kind of start warming up your hands a little bit. We'll obviously get started on flag pretty soon. And we're going to be starting with drop spins today. We're going to start going through all the basics and stuff. This is not a choreography-based class. We'll be working solely on technique, kind of getting the details of everything and making sure that we all understand our flags properly. And then if you're wanting choreography, if you're wanting tricks, if you're wanting stuff like that, then we will have weekend classes too, the super cheap. But we'll be doing a bunch of flag tricks and rifle tricks this weekend. And then we'll also be doing beginner intermediate choreography on rifle and on flag too. Yes, hello everyone, hello. We're gonna wait about 5 more minutes and then we're gonna get started. So remember, if you have any questions about anything too, or how the class is gonna work or anything, just let me know. Hello, Henry. Hello, everybody. So also all texts, you should be able to let people in now freely. You should be able to mute people, unmute people, stuff like that. So you have all those controls too. Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Cool, about 4 more minutes. So just make sure you're warming up your hands. So before we get started, I do want everyone to come to the camera. If your camera is on, I would like you to do this. If it's not, you can choose to if you want to, but just put in the chat how many years of experience you have doing color guard, just so that we all know, whether it's 2, whether it's 4, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, whatever you have, just let us know, just so we kind of know, and all the techs and volunteers know too when they're speaking to you. Hello, Jennifer. Okay, cute. Yes, self-taught. Self-teaching in color guard is hard. There's just too many things to learn. It's so hard to teach yourself color guard, so hard. So props to you. Cool, about 3 more minutes. Remember, you don't have to have your camera on if you don't want to. and you're totally free to turn your camera on or off and your mic on or off at any time. Actually, your mic, sorry, just turn it on breaks and stuff. And then at the end of each little thing that we do, I will give the option to where if you learn something new, if there was some type of epiphany for you that happened in your technique, you're gonna be able to share it with everyone. And you're gonna be able to just put it in that chat and kind of let everyone know, like if we're working on drop spins and your thumb wrapped helped you, then you can put that in the chat because you don't know what person on the other side of the country that's gonna help too. Does that make sense? So just be prepared. This is a little more interactive. Yes, if you do have your camera on. I'm not gonna make you scream or do a speech or anything, but I will ask you to give other people positive comments. I will ask you to motivate other people, stuff like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool, awesome. So let's go ahead and do 1 more minute and we're gonna go ahead and get started. And we're gonna be starting with drop spins. So if you wanna review those, if you already know, you can. If not, it's okay. And is anyone in here just like completely new? Do we have any like, oh my God, hello from Ireland, by the way. I don't think I see anyone that's just like, oh, new. It's hard. I would be intimidated to come on to a call if I was just completely new, so I get it. And then also remember, everything will be recorded the entire time. So you will be able to get all of this stuff and all this information if you miss something, if the video's choppy, if you didn't hear my words because of connection, something like that. Everything is recorded on my end and on a laptop in my home too. So everything will be nicely recorded and sent out to everyone that signed up. Cool, okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with drop spins on flag. And drop spins are just obviously a quick way to get students and people used to the equipment. It keeps motion going, it keeps the flag rotating in your hands, and it just pushes speed, yeah? So we're gonna go ahead and start with that right hand at the tab, and I'm gonna be mirroring you guys the whole time. So I'm gonna start with that right hand at the tab, and that left hand is just gonna be at that belly button, just like this. Good. So obviously, if you're newer to color guard and you don't know all the references and stuff, I do call the middle of the flag the tab. So it's where the pull meets the silk is the tab. I have a tape right here that's kind of, I call it a cheater tape or a third, that's about a foot down from that tab. Then another foot is my other third, and then another foot is the cap. So just as I'm referencing those things throughout the class and stuff, if you're confused, just try to remember those. Tab, third, cap. Here we go. So we're gonna start here, and we're gonna start by just pulling that hand straight down in front of the face and going to a 45-degree angle. And then we're gonna keep going down until the thumb grabs, just like this. So look how close my hands are to go into that drop spin. I'm not far out at all. I'm super, super close, just like this. Let's go ahead and try that. So from here, this is gonna be your 8 and then we're gonna go down onto count 1. Does that make sense? So if you watch me, I go 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. So my and is hitting that 45. Let's all try it together. Here we go. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Cool. So I see a lot of us already keeping these hands up here and then dropping the flag down. You want to make sure that you're having your right hand just completely meet your left hand. So try not to move this hand actually and keep it there so that hand meets that one. Everyone just try that on your own really quick to make sure that you're in the right spot where your drop spin should be happening. And then if you're a little bit shorter, it's totally okay. You could be a little bit higher up. It's totally fine if you're shorter. If you're hitting the ground at belly button level, then be a little bit higher up. Yeah, cool. So let's all try it again. Let's just do that one down, 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and down. Cool, good. And I am just focusing on the hands right now. You can stand in second or first or whatever position you do at your school. So now from here, I'm just gonna keep this going and I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna re-grab with my other hand under. So that thumb is now gonna be up too. So my thumbs, a good pattern that I always tell my students, my thumbs are either both down or they're both up. Yeah, so when I'm doing drop spins, down, up, down, up. So make sure you're never doing this because then that starts going in double time. So everyone try a couple drop spins on your own. And obviously if you've been doing color guard for multiple years, this is old news to you, you're totally fine. Just work on fluidity right now. Because even people that have been doing color guard for years and years and years still sometimes get this issue on drop spins where they're going low and high, low and high, low and high. So make sure for everyone that it's staying right at that center body the entire time. Center and center. That's what keeps that flag looking super fluid as it's moving through those circles. Cool, and I'm just gonna come through and check, make sure levels are all good. And then yeah, techs and volunteers, feel free to start chatting. You can put whatever you want in the chat or private messaging. Good, yeah, a lot of us look great. Really solid, yes. And then just make sure you don't want your hands to separate too far from the equipment either. So if I'm doing drop spins here, I'm gonna wanna make sure that my hands stay super close together. So see how I'm not pulling my hands out and in every time I do the drop spin? I keep it super close. Close, 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 close. This is gonna minimize the movement that's happening in my shoulders and my arms. Yeah, so when I'm moving this way, that's when this starts happening in your students, you know what I mean? So I'm also saying this for the instructors that are on the call. You wanna make sure when you're doing drop spins that it's not this happening with those hands moving so far, because then that's where all this comes from. So make sure that's super close and locked in. Really think about these elbows, not doing the chicken wing thing, trying to keep them pretty pressed down by those rib cages. Yeah, good, 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 good. And then just like normal, make sure we're performing through the flag. So remember, you don't just wanna feel like this, like a person behind your equipment. You wanna feel like you're going past your equipment. So just lift up that chest a little bit more and try to project. Okay, so we're gonna do 10 spins and then a drop stop. If you've never done drop stop before, it's just a way to make sure everyone on the call or on the team or in the group drop and stops together. So if I'm going 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I would just do 2 more. So I would go drop, stop, and then I would be done. Does that make sense? And then when we stop these drop spins, everyone just go ahead and go here really quick. And then any techs and volunteers, as people come into the waiting room, feel free to just let them in. So I'm here, I'm gonna go down like this, so into my drop spin, good. Now when I come back up, I do a little bit of a pop. So I go here and I re-grab. So my left hand is gonna be in the middle of the pole, or sorry, in the middle of that silk. And then my right hand is gonna be at that tab that we talked about earlier. So you can try that quickly by going down and grab. So notice there's a definite moment when my hand is letting go right here before I spread out to grab. Yeah, and then also make sure when we catch that we're not doing this with those hands, we all see that. Yeah, make sure you get spread out. This will always look stronger than this does. Yeah, so you already want to build that habit of standing like this on your stops. Cool. So let's go ahead and do 10 spins plus that drop and stop. Here we go. So we're here on that right side, and 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, up 2, 3, up 4, 5, up 6, 7, up 8 and 9, up 10, and drop, stop. Cool, awesome, yeah, really good from everyone. Let's try it one more time, a little bit faster. We're gonna keep increasing that speed. Yes, here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, up 2, 3, up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and drop and stop. Good, okay. So the thing to push speed about drop spins, and we'll do one more little detail before we move on to the other side, is that you wanna make sure your downs are always driving energy downwards. So it's a thing that I think a lot of people don't think about in drop spins, is that your flag not just floating, you know what I mean? You're using your muscle to move it around. So you wanna make sure you're doing that on the downs. Down, and down, and down. Pushing that down is gonna make it easier for the flag to come back up on the other side. And everyone could go ahead and just check that out. Like just check that little concept out and kind of see how now you're gonna need less energy to move into the other side. As you do these drop spins, it's not gonna feel so fatigued as you're doing like 500 if you're part of a corps that does that, or a marching band that does that. You're gonna be able to now push that speed a lot faster through those drop spins by driving downwards. So let's try it one last time, a little bit quicker, and now think of driving the downs a little bit quicker. Here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, drive down, and 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and drop and stop. Good, does that kind of make sense for everyone? That kind of like feeling of pushing that flag downwards, good, cool. So now we're gonna try it on the left side, yes? And I am definitely an instructor that does everything on the left. I know a lot of schools, a lot of places don't like to do things on the left, but when you get to that stuff in choreography, you wanna be able to already have that habit built in, yeah. So let's go ahead, if anyone needs a quick water, go ahead and get it. I'll give you 30 seconds, and then we will go ahead and move to the left side. Cool, and then volunteers and techs and stuff, yep, feel free to keep putting those comments. And then I do want to remind everyone that we do have multiple techs and volunteers on the call. I think we have about 6 to 7 on right now. Yeah, so there's going to be people giving you direct chats and stuff. Yeah, so if you just want to check your chat every couple of minutes and stuff and make sure no one told you anything, just to help you out. Any tips if you get tangled? Yes. Okay. So that is the good tip that we will apply to the left side too, is that when I am here in my initial pull down, I want to make sure that I move with enough speed to where my silk gets out of the way. So if I do this, and it's a little windy here, so it might not work properly, but if I do this and go slow, my silk has a chance of getting caught over my hand. But if I pull quicker, then the silk just gets out of the way. Do you kind of see that? So that quick pull to start just immediately pushes that silk out of the way. Can you explain drop stop again? Yes, I can. So drop stop is just a way to stop your flag and have your team be all together. So if we're doing 10 spins, you don't have to remember to stop on 10. You remember 10 and then you go drop, and then your stop, you want to spread that right hand out and go hit. Or sorry, I think it would be left hand for you guys because I'm mirrored. Yeah, cool. Let's all go ahead and do the left side now. So everyone go ahead and get back up. So now that left hand is going to be at the tab, and that right hand is going to be at the cap. So we're down here. Good. Cool. Awesome. So from here, we're just going to do that same thing where we go 8 and at that 45-degree angle. And then from there, we go straight down on 1. Remember, hands are super close. This is also going to play into the smoothness. And then both thumbs are down. And now both thumbs up to go to the other side. Exactly. Cool. And then you just repeat that pattern. Thumbs down, thumbs up. Notice every single time I grab, my hand is under. Thumbs down, even on the thumbs up, it's under and under and under. Make sure we're always grabbing under. Never grab on top because you'll just start doing this and get all the way up your flag. Good. Yes. Cool. And then once you get it perfectly, start pushing that speed. Good. Awesome. So let's go ahead and try it on the left really quick. And do note too, I do usually go faster through the left side because I explain the right side so much. I want you to make sure that as a learner, as a student, you are taking that information from the other side and just literally mirroring it. All the details that I've already said for the past minute, the past like 10 minutes, all apply to this side too. So make sure we're thinking about them. Here we go. So where left hand is at that tab, right hand is at that cap. And let's do 10 spins plus the drop stop. And 5, and 6, and 5. 6, 7, 8, down 1, up 2, 3, up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and drop and stop. Cool, and then make sure we're getting those spread out hands. Remember, never do this. If you're auditioning for somewhere or someone's watching you, that's always gonna look weaker to do this than it is to look like that. So make sure we're getting that. Let's try it again, and let's push speed this time. Here we go, a little bit faster, 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, down 1, up 2, 3, up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and drop, stop. Cool, awesome, yeah, we all look good. So if you have any questions about drop spins, put them in the chat. Yeah, get a really quick water, and we're gonna be moving on to the next thing. If you have any questions at all about drop spins, any little detail things, if you're an instructor and you wanna know like, how do I teach this or how do I fix this issue? Put that in the chat too. And then also remember that we do have 15 to 20 minutes at the end after class and stuff that I will stay on and answer questions. Cool, and then yeah, our water breaks are a little bit quick because we have so much to cover, so don't think I'm rushing you on purpose. Cool, okay, so let's go ahead and move on now. And we're gonna be learning something called carves or cones. I've heard some people just call them like halos. So we're gonna be starting with that right hand, same thing at tab. Left hand is gonna be at that cap. And we're gonna be down at kind of a seatbelt angle. So I say seatbelt angle, so that's just an easy way for you to know. We all know what it feels like to have a seatbelt on us. You know what I mean? So just press your flag to your chest and it's an easy way to be like, okay, does this feel like a seatbelt? You know what I mean? So now we're here. From this moment, you wanna literally just push your right hand directly forward and put your left hand to your belly button so that you look like this on count 1. Good. From here, you're gonna keep that pathway going. And let me roll up my flag so my silk don't keep getting in the way. From here, you're gonna go in that same pathway and you're gonna make a circle and you're gonna go to the back. So now I'm gonna look like this on count 2. Good, so let's just do those first 2 counts. First 2 counts. So I go here first and I go 5, 6, 7, 8, hit 1. And then I hold 2, 3, 4. And then I'm gonna go and 5. and then I hold 6, 7, 8. Good. Now from here, I'm just gonna go straight down. So I'm gonna just cross on that count 9. And then it's gonna look like this in front of me. And we'll do hand placement details in a second. I just wanna get that motion. And now from here, I'm just gonna go again, cross and this way. And now I'm back this way. Good. So we have 4 points that we're trying to hit. We're trying to hit this point first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we cross and go back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we hit and go down. 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. And then we cross 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Cool. So details and hand placements where you guys work on it on your own right now is you want to make sure we're obviously starting at the cap and tab. When you first do the slide, if you're shorter, it's totally fine. I get students that are super short all the time. You want to make sure that you slide that hand up. If you are shorter, just slide that hand up. It'll be a lot easier for you. It doesn't change the technique. It doesn't change anything you're doing. It just makes it easier and accessible for you. So now we're here. We go side and back. Good. And you want to make sure for this one that my right hand, or sorry, my left hand is straight out of my body. So it's straight out of that shoulder level. And then my other hand is just slightly above my forehead. You kind of see how close, slightly above. Good. From here, I switch those arms. So now my right hand is straight out of my shoulder and my left hand is above my head. Yeah. And then from there, I just go back to my natural position. Cool. So I do it in 4s, in 2s, and then in 1s. So 4s are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Then in 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I do it again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, 6th. And then from here, we do it smooth. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 3rd, 4th. Stop right there. Make sense? So everyone just put that pattern together really quick. Make sure you have it. If you have any questions about which way the pathway of the cones or cars go through, just let me know. Good. Yes, a lot of us are doing really well. Good. Yes. Okay, so a couple of things already. You want to make sure as you're doing the carves, the point of this is to be center body. So if you all come a little bit closer to the camera, you'll be able to see this easier. But notice that there's this 3rd on my flag, right? So this 3rd, I want to imagine, is staying in a similar spot. So this like little dot is just going to stay right here on my body as I do those carves. Do we all kind of see that? It stays like in that area. So you want to make sure that this red dot or this little spot on your flag, and it's just like a foot down from your tab, stays in that same spot. If you're over here or over here, it's wrong. You know what I mean? The carve doesn't want to feel like this, where your arms stay straight the whole time. You want to bend and straight, bend and straight. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of them, is figuring out that balance between one arm being straight and one arm being bent. Do we see that? How one arm is always straight? So don't ever keep both of them straight, because the carve won't ever work out. Oop, I just hit my camera. Cool, yeah, so everyone go ahead and try it on your own really quick. Make sure you're not keeping those arms straight. That's a very big issue that a lot of students will have their first time like spinning flag. And then it's kind of a habit that sticks with you because it starts feeling comfortable. You know what I mean? So make sure you're keeping those arms bent and straight all throughout. Yeah, good for a lot of you. Really, really good, cool. Let's go ahead and try that whole exercise on that right side. Here we go. And also, sorry, there's like gardeners and lawnmowers and stuff. So here we go. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 4. Now in 2s. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 4. And now it's smooth. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 8 more counts. 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, and stop right here. Cool, awesome. So notice, I know a lot of us, I didn't specify whether or not to straighten or bend your arm at the beginning. When I marched Blue Devils, we straightened, but everywhere else bent. So it just completely depends like on where you're at, what you're being taught. So if you're an instructor, decide what you want to do. If you're a student, whatever feels comfortable, or whatever your school or group or team does. Does that make sense? But neither one is wrong or right or anything. It's just comfortability, yeah? Cool. So now let's go ahead and do it on the left side. Same exact thing. We're going to put that left hand at the tab, right hand here. And remember, we brush to the left side faster. We're here. We hit that first point on 1. Good. Then we cross to go to 2. Good. Make sure everyone go back to here. Make sure we all get that circle and then back. Yeah, good. Then from here we cross. Beautiful. And then from here we go unwind. Awesome. Yeah, cool. So then you do it in 4s, 2s, and 1s, just like the other side. Everything's exactly the same. Go ahead and try it really quick. And remember, you're challenging yourself right now as a student to see how quickly you can adapt and move to the other side. That's another whole skill that's going to make you better as a learner. So you want to make sure that you're not like, oh, the left side, I don't know what to do. You're pushing it to try to get it as quickly as possible on the left. And remember, not just get it on the left, make it feel comfortable on the left too. Good, Abby. Yes, yeah, a lot better. So just make sure that you're not keeping your hand too high up right here. Do you see how high up my hand goes? Make sure you keep it lower. Push low. Yeah, go ahead and try it. There it is. Yes, 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 yes. That's a lot better. Yeah, and then when you're coming around on this side, when you're going on the bottom carve, just make sure that you cross all the way over and then come down. You're trying not to cross right here. You're doing this. Yeah, so make sure you cross all completely. There you go. Yep. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So now it looks so much more natural. And then just get it a little bit lower as you move on so that it keeps getting comfortable. Good, Sophie. Yeah, perfect, Hillary. Really solid. Very solid squeezes. Yeah, good. Okay, so a lot of you are really getting it. And that's another thing that I noticed about Hillary is that when in her carves on her 4s and 2s, she is doing the correct thing where she is squeezing the heck out of her flag. She is hitting these points. I'm sure that's what she was taught to do, but she is hitting these points super hard and squeezing. And that's what we all want to make sure we're doing, is that it shouldn't feel just like this, like, oh, we're moving to the point and oh, we're moving. It should have intent and direction. So make sure we're going quick to the point and quick and squeezing, show off those muscles. Even though you don't need muscles to do color guard, show off what you got, yeah? Let's go ahead and try it. Here we go. Here we go on that left side, 4s, 2s, and 1s, and 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, and now in 1, 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, again, 9, 10, 11, 12, 4, and stop right there. Cool. Okay. So just a fair warning. There's 2 things that will happen on carves. To get sails on carves. Either there's wind, because it's just with carves, sometimes it's just unavoidable to get a sail in the wind, you know what I mean? But the other version is that instead of people doing this, and everyone can get water right now too, because we're going to move on. But instead of doing this circle, a lot of students will do this. And they'll keep their carve like in the same plane so that when the silk comes back, it cuts and gets that sail. So you want to make sure that if you're an instructor or a person on this call that teaches or educates, you want to make sure you're not doing this like toaster version of the carve, because it just won't work out. Make sure you do that circular version. Cool. So we're going to be doing pull flips, pull hits, and cracker jacks next. So whichever one you call it, we're doing that. And then if you've already learned those before, that's these. You can work on them for a second. These are pull flips, pull hits, cracker jacks, pull flips. I'm not sure. There's so many different names for it. Cool. Okay. Good. Looks like everyone's up now. So we're going to go ahead and have that right hand to start over in the silk, just like this. Left hand is going to be under at half on the silk. And we're going to look just like this. So again, right hand is over, left hand is under. And we're at that same seatbelt angle that we were at before, just our hands are switched. From here, I'm going to pull the flag flat. Everyone just feel that, feel flat, but feel the motion of my arms going outward. You're going to keep that motion going, and you're just going to let go and re-grab. So you're going to go let go, grab. So everyone go ahead and try that. So it's not a full flip, so it isn't this yet. It's just a half. Just that half. So you're just going from silk down to silk up. Yes, okay. So a lot of you actually look like you've done full flips before, but it looks like you've only done this version. So you want to make sure that you're backing off a little bit. The concept of the pull hits will come from these halves. So you want to make sure that you pull directly apart quickly with your hands both together to make that action happen. Make sure we're not pulling separately. Make sure we're not going down then up like that. It's going together. And then also too, for any of my Spanish speakers on the call, if any of you guys at any time need a translation, just put it in the chat or let me know, because we do have Spanish speakers on the call too to translate things as well. So anytime you need help, don't feel like you can just sit there. You can ask, totally. Good, yes, okay, very good. So after that first one, we just literally do the second one. We go straight down. And a lot of you guys are already doing that. So you already knew what the pattern was gonna be. And we're just gonna do 4 of those. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, pull, 3, 4, stop right there. Does that kind of make sense? So we'll do it in 4s. Here we go. And 5, and 6, 5, 6, flip it here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, and 4, stop right there. Cool, okay, so now we're gonna do the exact same thing in 2s now. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, stop right there. Does that make sense? So these ones are obviously gonna be a little bit harder because you're having to squeeze and go to the next point immediately. Yes, so make sure after we grab, everyone go ahead and do this first one. Everyone go here. Let's all do this first one together. So we go hit. So do we all feel the moment when we squeeze, like when it impacts our hands and you have to squeeze to stop it? We wanna make sure that we're actually doing that. A lot of people back off because it's gonna hurt their hands. You never wanna do this because then the next thing won't work. So you have to make sure right here that you are squeezing and hitting that angle super tight. So everyone go here now. So I want you to squeeze the flag right now as hard as you can, and let's do the next one. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Here we go. 5 and 6, and squeeze, 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 and pull. Good, yes. So that squeeze, you see how hard I was squeezing to where my flag almost pulled back at me? That's very extreme, you know what I mean? But you wanna make sure when you're going into these 2s that you were squeezing so hard that your flag is able to stop so you can restart it. Stop, restart, stop, restart, stop, restart. But if you don't stop it, you'll never be able to restart. Stop, stop. You see, and your flag will start getting all out of whack. So make sure we're all checking that. Make sure we're getting those super strong squeezes on those pull flips or cracker jacks or pull hits or pull flips, whatever you call them. Cool, here we go. Let's go ahead and try it. Over here. So we're gonna do it in 2s now. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good, okay, let's try it one more time. So I do see a lot of us, we start off really well on that first one, but then our first grab is here. Everyone go ahead and go here with your hands, like this, yep. And I'll try to do a pull flip from there. Do you see how it's just not gonna work out properly? Yeah, it just doesn't work out. So that's why you wanna make sure that you spread those hands out. Spread out, spread out every single time. It'll make it so much easier for you if those hands are close to opposite ends of those flags. Good, yes, really, really good. Good, yes, good, good, good. And now really think of it similar to carves, how we go directly to the point. Same thing here. You wanna try not to get float and float. The point of these is to go directly and hit. Direct, direct, direct. And make sure we're getting it by pulling apart. It'll always help. Good, 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 good. Cool, okay. So this exercise, we do it in 4s. Yep. Then we do it in 2s. And then we're gonna learn the full flips right now that we're gonna do. So we're here now. We're at this 45 angle. Yeah. I'm gonna do 1, 2. Everyone do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But on 7, 8, I'm gonna catch it vertical. 7, 8. So I'm gonna do the same pull flip, but I'm just gonna go vertical instead of here. So everyone go here. So do that same pull flip, but everyone catch like that, and then you go back to there. Good. Now from here, from this moment, I'm gonna do that same pull, but I'm gonna do that full rotation now. So it's gonna go out and grab. So you wanna really make sure that that left hand is pulling so hard outward and that right hand is pulling downward to get this. Everyone try it. So this is not like the other pull flips where you pull straight across, because you'll see if you pull straight across on this one, this will happen. You know what I mean? It just literally hits the ground so hard. So you wanna make sure that you have a little bit of your left hand going out this way, out and grab, out and grab. So my hands are going opposite to make that action happen every time. Yeah, everyone keep trying it. Remember, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Yep, and yeah, very, very good comment. Making sure that you are keeping on the 45 ones, keep it at that angle. Remember, this should be very exact. So 45, 45, 45, 45, vertical, and then from here, vertical. And then we do it again in fours, vertical. Yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, good, good. Sophie, those are so good. Good, Nikki. Yeah, that's it. Good. Good, Abby. Good, yeah, a lot of us are doing really well. So let's go ahead and try those full flips. So everyone go here. So let's try all together. So we're gonna go pull, and we're gonna go 1, grab 2. Here we go, 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, grab 2. Good. A lot of you guys are actually doing too much right now. A lot of us are pulling that right hand down way too hard. So then your flag is doing this. Do you see how quick it went? Yeah, use more left hand use more right hand and less left hand to pull. It'll make it easier. Here we go again. Everyone try that really quick. Yeah, that was perfect, Hannah. That fixed it. Very good. Let's try it again. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull 1, grab 2. Good. Yeah, awesome. Let's do it again. And we'll do it on 3, 4 now. 5. Or no, I'm sorry. We'll do it on 5, 6. And 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Cool. And then we all hold 7, 8. And then we're going to go 9, 10. So now it's going to get harder because now the squeeze like concept that we talked about earlier is coming into play. 9, 10, 11, 12, 11, 12, 4. Good. And one more, 15, 16. Good. Okay. So I'm just a fair warning. If you've never done those full flips, it's going to be so hard right now. I'm just letting you know it's going to be really hard to pull, squeeze, pull, squeeze, pull, squeeze, pull, squeeze. It's hard to control your flag like that. I'm teaching it to you right now so that you have it. In case you can't get it today, you can work on it. Does that make sense? So everyone try it up to speed really quick and try going up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze, up, squeeze. Like that's how quick you want to get it eventually. Yes, Michaela, beautiful. Perfect. You got it there already. Good. Yeah, good, Nikki, of course. Good, Mo. Yep. Just a little bit quicker on your pull. Yeah, a little bit quicker with that right hand pulling out. There it is. Yes, that was perfect. Good. Good. Yes, yes, good. You guys are getting it. Yeah, the thing that I really like too is a lot of us are applying corrections really well. You're hearing a correction, you're applying it that first time. That's really solid. So make sure you're also doing that for yourself right now. You know what I mean? When things feel uncomfortable in the technique, try to figure out where it's coming from. Is my hand position wrong? Is my shape wrong? Is what I'm doing, was my direction wrong that I'm pulling? Start figuring those things out for yourself too. You know what I mean? Self-discovery will go a brilliantly long way in color guard. Good, Sophie. Yeah, those are really, really, really solid. Awesome. Cool. So let's all go here again. And now let's try it at that fast tempo. So we're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Grab 2, 3, grab 4, 5, grab 6, 7, grab 8. Good, cool. So now you know the whole or my whole pull flip exercise. So we had 4s, 2s, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And you come closer really quick because we'll try it all together, but I just want to make sure we have the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 6. Then we do it in 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And on that last one, remember that we go to vertical. And then on vertical, we go back to 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we go 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, stop. Make sense? Kind of ish. I know it's a lot, but it's okay. Let's all try it. Here we go. So 4s and 2s. And also remember, I think I messed up. We only do 8 counts of that first one. Remember, we only do 8 counts of the 4s. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6. Now to 2s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vertical here in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now in 2s. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, stop. Yes. So that's why it's a little confusing, but they're both in 16s. Does that make sense? They're all in 16s. Let's try it again. 2 16s of technique. 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now in 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in 2s. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, stop. Cool. Kind of. I know I was saying crazy counts too. Sorry. But yeah, are we all okay with that exercise-ish? Do we all kind of understand it? Yeah. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and put it in the chat before we do the left side. Because after this, we're going to start tossing. So make sure if you have any questions about the hand-to-hand technique so far, let me know. And then you can also start applying everything to the left side. Everything is the exact same. I start with that left hand now here and that right hand here, and everything's the exact same. So I'm going to give us all a minute before I start explaining it. And I'm going to look through and see how much of the details we can all get. Yeah, so go ahead and challenge yourself right now. Whatever we pulled from that right side, whatever I told you about those hands, about hand placements, how it feels to pull out, all those things, try to remember yourself really quick before I explain. Zoe, those are good. Very, very good, Zoe. Just make sure when you're going into the whole ones, yeah, the big ones, that your hand is going outward and up, not just straight out and down, because then your flag will hit the ground. Yeah. Michaela, it's just a little bit too much. Just back off the rotation just a tiny bit. Good, Victoria. Those were good, Victoria. Good. Cool. Okay. So I'll just walk to the left side really quick. Try to pick up those details as we go. So I have that left hand over, right hand is under. I do the same thing where I pull to flat. That's always my first thing I do with my students to get that motion used to. And then you go pull. Good, exactly. Then you go to the next one on 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And then remember, the pull flips the whole flips are on whole counts. So we go 1, 2, but the halves are on a single count. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. Then from here, now I go into the twos. Then I go 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Then 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Or no, I'm sorry. Then 13, 14. And then 15, 16, we go to vertical. 15, 16. Good. Now from here, I go into the whole ones. And remember, it's going to be harder on this side. So I go pull 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Hold 3, 4. Good. Then I do it again. 5 and 6. Hold 7, 8. Good. Then I go 9 and 10. Beautiful. 11 and 12. Great. 13, 14. And last one, 15, 16. Cool. And that's that whole exercise on the left side. Let's go ahead and try it. Yeah. And remember, one side is always going to be more uncomfortable than the other. So if this is your uncomfortable side, put more energy to it. If this is not your uncomfortable side, focus on those details. Does that make sense? Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. Now in twos, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. Vertical here and 1. Grab 2, hold 3, 4, 5. Grab 6, hold 7, 8, and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4, 5. Stop. Awesome. Yes, good. A lot of you guys got so much better at those. Great. So remember, the biggest things about these is squeeze, pull apart, and move with both hands at the same time. Those are the things about pull flips that are like those major skills that are being taught, especially the 2 hands moving at the same time thing. You really want to make sure, because there's a lot of moments throughout choreography, even 45 tosses, where you have to release with both hands at the same time to make things happen. So this is where it starts. It starts from being able to pull both hands at the same time to make one action happen. Yes, cool. Everyone get water, and then we're gonna start tossing. Not tossing crazy. We're only doing some parallels, and I think we're doing a pop toss first, then a single, some single and a halves, parallels, and J toss. So just some tosses. Remember, if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask. And we will also have that little section at the end to ask questions too, if you want. And then also too, really quickly, if there's any part of drop spins, carves, pull flips, cracker jacks, whatever you call them, that helped you, if there's something I said, if there's something you just learned on your own behind your screen, put it in the chat. If squeezing helped you, put that. If pulling up helped you, put that. If your hands moving faster helped you, put that. Again, you don't know what comment I didn't give that you might give that might help someone on the other side of the country. Yeah, so give those comments. How can I catch the tip? Better on the left side. I gotta do it below. Okay, that is just gonna come from, if you're doing it from these full hits, it's just really gonna come from when you're placing the hand in. A lot of people try to put that hand too high on top. So they do this, you do that. So then it creates this kind of like uneven effect of this happening. You wanna make sure that that left hand or that right hand is coming in to drive to the tab. Like I am watching the tab to make this toss happen. I'm not watching up here. So same thing on this side, I'm watching this tab because this is my anchor. This is the like, this is where like the placement is gonna come from because it should be in line with my belly button. So make sure for you, you're not watching this hand because then this will happen. You're just only watching that tab. Cool. Good, yes, the axis of rotation was really good, yep. And squeezing, yes. Squeezing is one of the biggest things about this like specific skill. You gotta squeeze to be able to do it quick. It just is what it is in color guard. It sucks, but it is what it is. You gotta squeeze, you gotta use those muscles a little bit. So let's go ahead and do a pop toss. So a pop toss is very different for a lot of people, but I'll just do my version of a pop toss, which is here. So everyone come a little bit, yeah, everyone go to their flags. That right hand is gonna be under, left hand is gonna be on top. And we literally just are gonna slide that hand up. We slide both hands together and we kind of just clap under our flag. So my pop tosses do this, clap, down. Everyone just try that, get used to that. And this is another toss where those hands are moving at the exact same time. And this feels like a very easy toss and a very basic toss for a lot of you, I'm sure, that have multiple years of experience. But where can the benefit come from? The benefit will come from you learning how to slide those hands to make the flag launch upward. Does that make sense? This is the benefit that you're finding of that little more advanced concept. Yeah, good for a lot of you already, good. Yep, go ahead and try it, keep trying it. Just a little pop toss, slide and clap. And you don't have to clap super loud or anything. I just do that so you know where to put your hand. Good, yes. And then already practice, this is a very good toss to practice your free hand. There's no rotation. There's no like kind of risk of anything hitting you. So from here, when you clap, put your hands down and then grab with your flag. And you can kind of grab this. I'm grabbing with the right hand right now. Yeah, so no more clapping, just go pop, down, grab, and practice putting those hands and placing them down by your side, yes. So that's for instructors too. This is a very easy toss to get those free hands already being practiced. Good, yes. And then go ahead, once you're comfortable with it, take out the clap and focus on those free hands by going here and grab. Yeah, really get them here. And you'll feel like you're in the military or something, but you've got to build that strong habit so that it's so much easier for students. Yeah, really good. Really good. Yes, good. And remember, just a little pop toss, not high and all. Cool, let's just try it together. Yeah, we're all good, so let's just try it together really quick. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and pop, 2, grab. Good, so I am placing my hands, I give my hands a definite point, usually in all my tosses, that they need to go down. So for this toss, it's count 2. I'm gonna release on 1, I'm gonna touch on count 2, and I'm gonna grab with my right hand on count 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, up 1, 2, 3. Good, exactly. Last time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up 2, 3. Good, and now the other side. Same exact thing. Go ahead and try it once on your own or multiple times. Just apply all the little details that we talked about. Yes, so this side is gonna be the exact same. I already know your first instinct on this side is gonna be to do it like this. You know what I mean? It's gonna be to pop those hands and leave them out. But you wanna make sure already put in that habit of going up, grab. Even if your toss goes wrong, you can still put your hands by your side. So build that habit. Yes, even if it goes over, it's totally fine. Even if it's too little, that was good. Good, Hannah. Good, and you can start floating it now a little bit more so you give yourself more time in the air to practice those free hands too. Good, cool. Let's try it on this side now. Here we go. And 5 and 6 and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Good, my free hands were bad that time. I brought my hands up, I wasn't focusing. So same thing, if you weren't focusing this time either, totally okay, do it next time. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, put those hands down, 2, grab. Good, yes, very good, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to a little J toss now. Yeah, so obviously we don't have an exercise really for any of these tosses, you know what I mean? They're just tosses, so there's no exercise to do them. But we're gonna start here. Sorry, I'll switch. We're gonna start here with that right hand. Is gonna be about a foot from the tab. and it's gonna be my thumb down, just like that. Left hand just gonna be at the cap, and we're gonna be here. So from this moment, I'm just gonna go ahead and go down, up, down, up. Good, it's just little flourishes on the side of me, and then I just go down, up, and grab. Everyone go ahead and try that. Down, up, grab. Good, just a little one for now. And if you wanna try it just so even without the flourishes, just feel down, up, grab. Good, so you feel down, 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 up, grab. Make sure you're trying that. Down, up, grab. That's it, Zoe, that's right. Yeah, good. And now remember, make sure you're feeling already. So if I'm doing these swings, we'll call them, right? If I'm here and my flag is going down and down and down, we all need to start feeling those moments when you feel the flag the heaviest. You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest things in Color Garden, and all the lesson students that are in here too always hear me talk about this, is the swing of the equipment. It's what makes everything kind of drive upwards when we're tossing. So same thing here, everyone go ahead and grab your flag. And now instead of just moving your flag in that motion, I want you to feel what the flag is doing. Feel the heaviness right here. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Notice that when your flag is up, you don't have to pull, right? But notice that when your flag is down, you do. Notice things like that, because that's how we start getting used to the physics of the equipment. Does that make sense? So same thing here. Everyone go here again. So now those heavy moments are where tossing will come from. So if I go heavy, 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 everyone go to this moment now, right before you toss. This is the moment now where most people think muscle, but you can't think muscle, you wanna think speed. So when I feel that moment that is the heaviest in front of me, I'm gonna speed up my hand and go into the toss. So I'm gonna go heavy, heavy, quicker up, grab. Everyone go ahead and try that on your own a couple times. Feel quick, quick, quick up and down. Heavy, heavy, quick up. Do we kind of feel that? Yeah, that heavy moment, that's that physics of tossing. That swing moment of feeling your equipment down is what you want to master on all pieces of equipment to start getting comfortable with tossing. Good, yeah. So remember, those heavy moments feel down, up, and release those hands. When I'm here, I go down, up. So I'm going to release my hand just like this. Does that make sense? So I go down, up, down, up, down, up, and grab. And then we can actually grab at flat. We'll practice that. So try doing a single and a half, and I'll do it this way so I'm not mirrored. I go down, 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 up, and grab. So we're trying just that for now. Do it again, Mo. Yeah, go ahead and make sure you're starting with that right hand down. Your thumb down. Yes, and then it's elbow, elbow, up. Yes, and down, up. There you go, yeah. And now that heavy moment that you felt in front of you, push it faster so that it can go a little bit higher so that the silk can land on that right side. Yeah. There it is, yes, good, 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 good. Yeah, are we feeling that? And it is really, like, I do admit, it's a hard concept, even as a beginner, you know what I mean, to understand like the kind of physics of it, but it's important. That heaviness is really, really, really important. And same thing when we do rifle in an hour in like the other class, I'll be saying the same thing about this swing because it's just so important on all pieces of equipment. So make sure we're getting that. Get a little hot, a little faster, Ashley, on your down to up. Yeah, just a little bit. Closer. And then everyone remember too. So everyone kind of think about it like this as well. Everyone put their hand down here like this. Yep, just like this. So from here, imagine I'm doing a single. If I am tossing from all the way down here and my hand has to go all the way up here, do we see how much distance that is to toss, right? That's gonna be able to gain so much more energy and height in your toss. But if I start the toss up here, I still have to go to the same point. Do you see how little of distance it is now? Do we all see that? So it's the same thing with the J toss. When I'm down here, you can't already have your hand high up because then there's nowhere to go. You have to be bringing your hand down, down, up, low, high, and grab. So everyone check that on your own really quick and make sure you're feeling low, high, low, high, low, high. Low, high, low, high. Yes, Hannah. Yeah, that was really good. Try one time, down. Yes. So Ashley, make sure you go low. Make sure you go low, and then don't bring your hand this way. make sure your hand is going directly upward. Yeah, you're getting really close and you have so much speed right here, but then you just slow down to go into the release. Yeah, so go quicker. So quick, quick, quick up. Quick up. Yeah, there it is. Yes, exactly. And then you can just wait a little bit longer too. So you're grabbing here, you're going here, and then grabbing, you know what I mean? Just wait a little bit longer and let the flag come to you to go into that grab. Yes, it's so much closer, and then just keep pulling it back towards yourself. But that's already closer. So work on that now. That's good. Where's the left hand when we catch? The left hand is, I do left hand like half. I do left hand half. Yeah. With my students. I like to just catch everything crazy spread out because I'm weird, but I do half and third with my students. Yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and try it now. Here we go. So with counts, I'm going to be going down 1, down 3, out 5. 1, 3, 5, and 7. Make sense? Here we go. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 3, and 5, and 7. Good, cool. Let's go ahead and try it again. And I want everyone to put their hand here on that foot away. And I want us all to slide just a couple inches up. So you should only be like 2 or 3 inches from that tab now. So this is now gonna make your toss rotate faster and lower. But I want us to already feel what that feels like by raising that hand a little bit higher. Here we go. So for a lot of you, it might go over right now. And 5, and 6, and 5, and 6, and 7, 8, and 1, and 3, and 5, and grab. Good, let's try it again, same thing. And 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and down, and up, and grab. I also think I explained those counts incorrectly now that I think about it, but you guys are feeling that quick down, right, on 1. I guess it's 1, 2, 3. Let's try it again, same thing, here we go. Last time, 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, grab. Good, yes, awesome, cool. And now let's try it on the other side, because you know I love that left. So now we're here, exact same thing. We're going down, 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 up, and grab. Go ahead and try that a couple times on that side now. Remember, you are trying to replicate all the details from the right side to the left, so it's easier for you. Good, and now I'm gonna throw another like wrench into the garbage disposal. Focus on the other hand. Remember, the hand that's not spinning the equipment is also just as important. Remember, so don't have it here, don't have it up, don't have it anywhere else other than just down. Make sure, because I promise you, when you're auditioning, when you're being judged or scored or anything, someone's gonna be watching the other part that you're not thinking about. So make sure you're focusing on that too. Good, Hannah. Yes, yeah, Hannah, so good, so solid, cool. Let's all try it together, here we go. Here, and 5, and 6, and 5, 6, 7, 8, and down, down, and up, and grab. Good, last time, same thing. 5, and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down, down, and up, and grab. Beautiful, cool, awesome. Everyone go ahead and get a quick water, and then we're gonna be moving on to parallels. And it is already 12:58, so we're almost at like the end of class time. Yeah, but we're gonna be going into singles and single and a halves right now too. It's just a fair warning in case anyone needed to leave right at that hour mark. I'm just letting you know. But remember, this will be recorded and stuff, so if you miss any of the next stuff that we do, you'll get it sent within 48 hours of this class. Cool, here we go. Let's go to singles now. So, singles are the first concept that we're going to talk about today that is wildly different technique-wise. You know what I mean? People do singles differently all over the place, but we're really going to, bye Jennifer, thank you so much for coming, but we're going to be really focusing on just the physics and that swing of it right now. Does that make sense? I'm not going to try to change your technique or anything, but I'm definitely going to let you know the physics of what the equipment does. So we're going to go ahead and start with that left hand on top, and you're going to be at like half on the pull, and that right hand is going to be under. And you want to, if you want to just take your hand and do this, that little like surfer sign, put it here. This is a nice, like natural, like dollar bill sign away from the tab is what I always tell my students. Yeah, so now we're here. So the first things you want to do is you want to make sure it's not like a pop toss. You want to start with that push. So everyone go ahead and just push that pull into the ground. So everyone push, and notice that when I push, my hand is staying still. So I'm doing this. My hand is not lifting like this yet. I'm just pushing. Everyone try that. Just push into the ground and keep that hand low still. Good, 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 good. Okay, after you push, and we're gonna be pushing on count 8 and, after that push, you wanna make sure separately that you lift on count 1. So I'm gonna go 8 and, after I push and the tip goes down, I'm gonna start lifting on count 1 up to flat. So everyone try that now and make sure that you're doing that concept of making sure you're going push and lift. And even if you don't think push lift, and even if you're not taught push lift at your school, you still have to be thinking like swing up. That's another thing that I kind of say that's universal is swing up. Let's all try that. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna be going 5, 6, 7, 8, and swing up. Does that make sense? But we're not gonna be going into the toss yet. But notice one more time that they're 2 separate actions. Push on 8 and, lift on count 1. Here we go. 5 and 6, no toss. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Good, let's try it again, same thing. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, push lift. Beautiful, cool. And now literally, we're all here. We're all just like this, yes? All you do is you just let those fingertips up and it just will let go right out of those hands. Make sure you're releasing right on that count 1. If you hold on too long, it'll fly that way. And if you let go too soon, it'll fly that way. So make sure it goes straight up and grab. So everyone go to where you're tossing really quick. Go to where you're tossing. And now switch your hands. Just switch. Yep, that's how you're catching. So you're gonna catch right in the exact same spot that you toss from. So starting here, toss, catch. And now I'm in the exact same spot with the opposite hand. So everyone go ahead and try a couple. I'm gonna try a couple. Make sure you separate it. That is the biggest concept of singles that is harder. Yeah, that's it, good. Make sure we're also, everyone go here. This is just a standard single. This is before single and a halves for whoever asked the single question. But notice that when I'm doing this, my arm is bent to start. Yeah, so if I start with a straight arm, and this is going more into anatomy now, if I start with that straight arm, when I go into my push, my arm doesn't have anywhere to go. It's gonna have to go forward, it's gonna have to pull back, or it's gonna have to make this window shape, that kind of like window wiping thing. So you wanna make sure when you're starting your singles that you do have a bent arm. Bent arm so that your hand can twist and go straight up. But again, you can't do that concept with a straight arm. It doesn't work the same way. Do you see how my flag is all out of whack? So make sure bent arm, and just like I think Tech Chewy put like in the chat, is make sure you push, then twist, then lift. That's that action that will make the single come out, is push, twist, lift, grab. Yeah, make sure we're all trying it, keep trying it. Good, Nikki, that's it, that's really good. So now all of us also make sure that when we're going into the catch, remember, this will always look stronger than this. You know what I mean? So when you're going into your catch, already build in that habit and make sure you're practicing going here and grab. You know what I mean? This isn't catching strong to me. This is just catching. And that's what you guys want it too for you guys, is you don't want it to feel like, oh God, I caught so strong. You want it to just feel like, oh, I caught like normal. Does that make sense? Don't make those strong catches be your rare ones. Good, Hillary, yes. Yes, Abby, really, really good. Really focus on the free hands now too, everyone. Focus on those free hands. Go back to those pop toss, that concept of as soon as you release, you keep those free hands still. For the single, I'm not gonna bring it down. Yeah, my other hand that pushed is gonna go down, but my other hand is gonna stay up. So it's gonna look just like this in the air. And remember, counts are push on 8 and, release on 1, catch on 3. Let's all try it together. Here we go. Trying it together. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. Cool. Yeah, let's try it again. Same thing. So singles are hard. You know what I mean? It's a hard concept to push lift. It's really, really hard to start understanding. So great job. Here we go again. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, grab. Good. Yep. And again, same thing. Here we go. Make sure your hand is at half. If I'm all the way up here, when I push, it's gonna cause this to happen. So make sure you are at half. So your hand is going straight down and this hand is going straight up. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, push lift, 2, 3. Good. And I challenge all of you guys, if you're comfortable with singles already, to keep your shoulders still. Challenge for all of you, yeah? Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, grab. Good, yes. And try not to bring the free hands down for this one. Keep only one, I put my push hand down and my release hand stays up. Yeah, so I look like this. This is the picture. And this is something I also tell my students all the time is every single toss should have a picture or a video that you are trying to look like in the middle. So if this is my picture, this is what I should be looking like under my toss. Does that make sense? Or if this is my video, then this is what I should be looking like under my toss. Does that make sense? So right now, this is your picture. So visualize that and make sure you look like that picture underneath. Here we go. Again. And 5, Abby, thank you. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up to grab. Good, yes, and one last time, and make sure we're spreading those hands out when we grab. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up to grab. Good, yes, really, really solid for a lot of us. Cool. Let's go ahead and get a quick water, and then we're gonna be going into single and a halves, which is just a little bit higher. And then we'll have our little Q&A thing. Yes, and singles I don't do on the left on call. I want you guys to make sure that you're taking all these details and all this information and apply it to the other side. You know what I mean? On your own, because it is going to be a really, really hard, long concept if you haven't done singles on the left before. So make sure you're practicing on your own. Feel free to send me videos anytime, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all of it. Just send me videos. And I'm sure any of the techs too, if you send them videos, they'll be happy to help and give you guys tips and stuff as well. Good. Cool, okay. So let's go ahead and now have that right hand under. Yep, I see a couple of you guys trying it already. So for single and a half, oh my God, I almost tripped and died. So for single and a half, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna be catching with my silk on the left side. So whereas normal singles, I catch like this with that silk on the right, I'm doing like a quarter more rotation and I'm going here. Does that make sense? So everyone make sure you're doing that by pushing a little bit harder. Yes, a little bit harder, making the entire process faster. So that push lift has to be so much quicker. Yes. And then the left hand, instead of just, or sorry, the release hand, instead of just being here at shoulder level, needs to go a little bit higher. So it should be like that boxed elbow to release these single and a half. So I go boxed elbow and grab to let these out. Yeah, good. Make sure you're pushing. And this is another one where this is obviously higher than singles. So this is getting into the realm of you have to make sure that you are pushing fast enough. You're doing everything fast enough to make sure this happens. A little bit faster for you, Sophie. Good. Good. Yeah, Nikki, that's it. Just put your push hand, get your push hand to drive down a lot faster. Yeah, let me try it. Yes, yeah, so your speed is coming out and it's just now this hand too, because you push this hand faster, this hand slowed down just a little bit. So make sure that whole entire process goes quick up, like literally as fast as you can possibly do it. Yes, and then make sure you're getting that full push down, and then also slide your hand in just a little bit to that half too. It should be easier, yeah. And then, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's no problem. If you want to catch it vertically too right now, it's totally fine. You don't have to catch it flat. That's just what I do. You know what I mean? And all of the exercises, same thing. Take all my details, what I'm saying, and apply it to your own technique, your own exercises, stuff like that. So if you catch vertical, feel free to catch vertical right now. It's no problem. But just make sure you're understanding the concepts of the single and a half and the push and the lift, all that stuff. Okay, let's try some single and a halves now. So singles we caught on 3. Single and a halves we're gonna be catching on 3 and. Does that make sense? Here we go. 3 and. So I'm gonna be going 1, 2, 3 and. Here we go. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3 and. Good, and now same thing here. Try to get those hands spread out into that grab. Good. And again, and now remember, this is not a beginner skill. I do want us all to understand, if you're a beginner, this is not a beginner skill. This is an intermediate skill now. Yeah, so make sure you're pushing that speed and pushing the concepts that you learned at the beginning of class. Here we go again, same thing. And 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, 3, and. Good, yes, awesome. And again, same thing. Couple more. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, 3, and. Ooh. Yep, good. And last one. Last time. Here we go. 5 and 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and up, 2, 3, and. Cool. Okay. So before we get started on like the Q&A thing and the parallels and stuff, focus on, yeah, and everyone come closer. Focus on the details of what I talked about today. You know what I mean? You'll have this whole recording. You'll have this chat saved. If you have private chats from people, like if you have texts that were giving you information and stuff, make sure you save your chat before you leave, because I don't get access to the private ones. I can only see the like general chat ones, and those will be saved and sent out and stuff, but the private ones won't. So if they gave you good information, make sure you save it. But all these details and stuff, make sure you're remembering. You know what I mean? These are habits, these are basics, these are techniques and styles and physics and all this stuff that you should be adding in to your spinning that creates the foundation. Does that make sense? You don't have to do everything like me. You don't have to do the technique like me, and I wouldn't want you to do the technique and all the exercises and stuff like me. Find what works for you, what works for your students, what works for your guard, what works for your team. You know what I mean? There's going to be slight variations that make it more comfortable for you. Don't feel bad for doing those variations. You know what I mean? If you have to slide in your hand from cap to half or to third, it doesn't change. My work is going to look the same whether you do it like this or whether you do it slid. You know what I mean? And same thing for everyone else, their work will look the same. So make sure you are focusing on making things comfortable for you on your own. Does that make sense? And then make sure you're also applying the details when you're in a team, when you're somewhere that does something differently. How can you pull benefit from things that I said to put into a different technique? And vice versa. How could you pull stuff that you maybe learned on East Coast stuff or East Coast techniques and styles into this style? You know what I mean? And I told you, and I talk about all the time, that I don't do like the West Coast versus East Coast style. So you want to make sure that you're not like that either. Be open to change, be open to techniques and styles and variations of things. Does that all make sense? Yes? Cool. Well, I hope we all learned a ton today, tons and tons and tons of basics. I know sometimes it's so boring, but sometimes it's really fun too. Yeah. So make sure we're all working, continuing to work. I'm going to start working on the parallels now that we talked about doing in class 2, but I know a lot of people don't like parallels. So I'm giving you the option, obviously, to leave if you don't want to work on them. But we're going to work on parallels really quick. And then you're also going to have the option to unmute yourself, chat, get help on whatever you need for about 10 to 15 minutes. Does that make sense? Cool. Yes. Okay, awesome. Well, you can unmute yourselves. I'm going to get a quick water before I start talking about parallels. And then, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to start asking. And again, remember, you can unmute yourself. Don't feel bad for talking in the call. Also, how hot is it, like where everyone is? Because I thought it was going to be like 100 and something today here, and it's like a nice 85. So I'm just like wondering how it is everywhere else.
It's the same for me.
Same for you? Yeah. Of course it is the same for you.
It's about the same temperature for me, but super humid.
Okay, so it's a lot hotter feeling then, I'm sure. Yeah.
It is 77 here, but it feels like 87 because humidity.
Yeah.
It's been drizzling on and off, so that's why I've been going in and out of the call.
Oh, gotcha. Yes. Okay, well, you're a trooper for going in and out still and making it work.
It's Louisiana. The weather changes every 5 minutes.
Yes. Yeah, Katie's from Louisiana, and we like travel out there usually like once or twice a year. So I definitely understand that humidity. It is crazy. It is crazy.
No, yeah, it started raining here, but I'm sitting under an umbrella, so I was just like, it was like pouring down rain. I was like trying to type without getting my computer wet.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, I forget like how different other states' weather is until you travel there. You know what I mean? Until you get off the plane and it's just like water from the humidity. Yeah. Funny. Cool. Okay. Well, let's start learning some parallels. Let's start doing some things where we start talking. So I just do a simple one. We'll learn 2 right now. I just have that right hand on top of the tab. I guess, sorry, yeah. Right hand on top of the tab. Left hand over. Is that how I do them? Yes. Right hand on top of the tab. Left hand is going to be under at half on the pull. just like this. Yep. So from here, I'm gonna be feeling my hands pull back. So I'm gonna be feeling pull to the back. Sorry, 1 second. Oh no, here we go. So I'm here, I'm gonna be feeling my left hand pull back behind my head, and my right hand is gonna be pushing forward. So I'm gonna be doing this with my parallel as I go up. Good. And I wanna feel my right hand kind of like a puppet master. You wanna feel like the right hand feel directly up, like it's dropping something but pulling it upwards. So now I feel both of those actions together to go twist and grab. So everyone kind of try that on your own. And then if you wanna work on free hands, same thing, you just put them down and grab. Parallels are also a really great way to work on free hands because they land so naturally at your waist level. You can truly wait, if your parallel is really good, you can truly wait as long as possible to put those hands in. You know what I mean? It naturally lands there, so you can practice it all the way until like that last split second. Such a good way to practice your free hands. So again, let's try it one more time. I'm gonna go right hand over on the tab, remember. Left hand is gonna be under at half, yes. And I'm gonna be pulling like this. My left hand's gonna be coming back. My right hand's gonna be going forward, yes? So with parallels, with this one specifically, my left hand is gonna control all the speed and my right hand is gonna control all the height. So you can see it, if I just do this with my right hand, my flag does that, right? And then vice versa, if I just do this with my left hand, my flag does that. So you wanna make sure you're combining both of them and making them work together to go up, grab. Everyone try that on your own. Up, grab. Good. Yeah, that was it, Nikki. Just pull a little bit faster with that left hand. Yeah. Good, Hillary. That's it. No, yeah, Nikki, that was it. That was literally it. So now you can slow it down a little bit too. That's good. And then Hillary, you want to try to make sure that when you're catching, that you catch to the front. Try not to turn the body with the parallel as you go into the grab. Try to keep it forward. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Cool. Anyone else have any questions about it? Are we all good with that one? Good. I'm going to be releasing on 1 and catching on 3. Here we go. Let's all try it together. So 1, 2, 3. Here we go. 5 and 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Let's try it again. Same thing. Here we go. And 5 and 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. And up, 2, 3. Good. Yes. Last one. Last time. 5 and 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. And up, 2, 3. Sorry, I know I counted really quick and everyone was like, oh no, I'm scrambled to get set. So let's try a different one now. Let's go ahead and try one that's not going to utilize 2 hands. So we're going to start like this with the right hand at tab, thumb up. Good. And we're just going to place it flat behind our back, just like this. Good. So again, I'm like this to start, and I just press down to flat like that. Yeah, so notice it's behind my back. So from here, I'm just going to literally twist. I'm going to pull forward and twist upwards, just like this, to make that parallel come out. But it's going to be a super quick motion up. Because you only have one hand, you obviously have to do the rotation and the height with just the right hand, yeah? So make sure you're twisting first and then pulling up after. Twist, lift, grab. So everyone just literally say out loud to yourself really quick, just say twist, lift. Like say it with that inflection, twist, lift. And then that same thing will happen. Twist, lift, and grab. So everyone go ahead and try it on your own a couple times. Twist, lift. I'm a pattern type of person. I love patterns with like releases and tosses and stuff. So that's like what helps me get this toss. So see if it helps you. A little bit faster, Hannah. So you need more twist. A little bit faster for you, Emma, too. Yeah. And then get that hand higher. Don't be scared to throw that up. Yeah, do it again. Quick up. There you go. Yes, yeah. And now faster, even faster. So that you end with your silk on the left side. Or sorry, right side here. That side. Yeah. Up. And then half more to end, yeah. Cool. And I want us to feel, remember that concept that we talked about a moment ago, where if my hand is starting here and I'm going up to here, look how much distance it is versus here to here. So same thing, if I'm all the way up here, I'm only releasing like this, so I'm not lifting at all. You know what I mean? You want to be super, super low. That way that your flag, or that way your hand has so much more distance to travel to get that flag toss out. Yeah? Cool, everyone try it. Down up, grab, good. Good, Hillary. Nikki, it's literally so close, just a little faster. Just as the hand goes up, just pull a little quicker, that's it. But it's there, the plane is perfect, it's perfectly flat. Hillary, make sure that you start twisting. Right now you're twisting and then you're holding on too long. So your flag is cutting 45, so it's looking like this. Yeah, and it's going just a little bit to that 45. So make sure you're pulling it flat and up from that flat. Yeah, yes, yeah, you literally fixed it on that exact one. Yeah, Nikki, that's it, that's it. Now a little bit faster too. Good, 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 good. Cool, okay. So those are obviously two parallels, yeah. The first one started with that right hand controlling height, left hand controlling speed, yeah. And then the second one involved one hand controlling both. So make sure you understand those two differences, yeah, because you'll see those kinds of parallels all throughout your time doing color guard and stuff. And then same thing, now that you have these concepts, start experimenting with them, you know what I mean? And our next flag class, I think we're doing like a behind the backs, like the concepts of behind the backs and starting doing that stuff. So it's gonna include like these little parallels that we do. You know what I mean? It's going to include stuff like that in the next one. So if you aren't signed up for the next flag class, I do recommend doing it because we're going to build upon everything we learned today. If your friends that didn't come to this one and stuff want to come to the next one, you totally can. It's not like you're going to be missing out by coming to this one and not the next one or anything. But remember, all free recordings especially will be up for purchase or sorry, not for purchase, just for download. And then all the $1 and $2 classes will all be on my website for download 48 hours after they're done. Does that make sense? Yeah, cool. So again, I hope you all had fun. I hope all the basics made sense and all the technique. I hope it helped kind of build that foundation. I'm going to be staying on for like 10 to 15 minutes. If no one stays on, no problem at all. If everyone stays on and just wants to chat or wants to get help with something that they need, I have my flag and my rifle out here. So either one of those, if you need help with anything, you can feel free to ask. Make sense? Cool. Awesome. Well, you guys have a good rest of your day. I'm going to chill on here and then you all are free to go. Volunteers, I will message you tomorrow and everything, like a little thank you email and stuff with some more information. Cool. Okay. Thank you, Michaela. Thank you. Thank you, Emily.
So I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Like I was talking to the others and I got hit in the head with a rifle and I had to get staples for it. So like I've had a little bit of PTSD from that. And I've been like tossing outward now, like forward. I push my hand out rather than up. Like, is there any way I can like fix that?
With your rifle tosses or with all tosses?
All tosses, rifle, flag, saber, everything.
Can I see one of your flag tosses?
Yeah.
Okay, try it again really quick. It doesn't actually, sorry, one second, I'm turning the recording off.